Hello students, I hope all of you are doing good. A warm welcome to all of you to your own channel. On your request, I am doing nouns, the types of nouns and different examples of nouns in this video. Now let us first see what are nouns. A noun is a person, place, thing or an idea. Nouns are broadly divided into two types, proper and common nouns. Common is divided further into countable and uncountable nouns. As the name suggests, countable means which can be counted, uncountable means which cannot be counted. Countable and uncountable nouns are further divided into abstract and concrete. Concrete countable nouns are further classified into collective nouns. I will be dealing with each and every types of nouns in details along with the examples in this video. Since nouns are present everywhere, they are easier to identify through their classification or kinds. In general, there are 7 kinds of nouns: proper, common, countable nouns, mass or uncountable nouns, abstract nouns, concrete nouns, and collective nouns. Let us now first see what are proper nouns. A proper noun is a special name that names a particular person, place, or thing. Can you see the picture here? Roy. Roy is the name of this particular boy. Edentown is the name of this town, and Sunset Palace is the name of the castle given in the picture. So we can easily say that the proper noun is the name given to a particular person, place, or thing. A proper noun can be made up of more than one word, and it is a very important point to note, students, that a proper noun always begins with a capital letter. Let us see these examples in the table. Names of human beings like Raju, Reshma, John, Robert, Alex are proper nouns. Names of countries: India, Malaysia, Germany, France, South Africa. Names of rivers: Krishna, Godavari, Ganga, Kaveri, Nile. Names of mountains: Himalayas, Sahyadri, Nilgiri. Names of cities, villages: Kolkata, Mumbai, Agra, Chennai. So we can easily say from this table that the names of particular human beings, that is people, countries, rivers, things, items, are the proper nouns. Now let us see the second type of nouns. Those are the common nouns. Common nouns are any person, place, or thing. They are not capitalized. School, flower, doctor, globe. Now when I say school, it can be any school. It is not the name of a particular school. Flower can be any flower. You can see in the picture, this is a doctor. The name of the doctor is not there. Now, if the name of this doctor is mentioned, that becomes a proper noun. But when we speak about these things in a generalized way, they are common nouns. Now, in this picture, you can see the words in red. These are the common nouns which do not have their singular forms. They take only the plural. Clothes, jeans, spectacles, glasses, trousers, scissors. They don't have their singular form at all. We don't say cloth. We don't say spectacle. Neither do we say jean. These common nouns always have their plural forms. Let us now see countable and uncountable nouns. Countable nouns refer to things that can be counted. We can count banana. We can count cherry. We can also count a Christmas tree. Things that can be counted are countable nouns. This is a sub-part of common noun. Uncountable nouns can refer to immaterial concept. Immaterial concept means which we cannot touch. Life, love, friendship. These are all uncountable. We cannot touch them. We feel them. They can also refer to stuff or liquid that cannot be counted. Water, sugar, salt. Can you count them, students? No, we cannot. Bread. When I say bread, bread is uncountable. But when I say a slice of bread, that becomes countable. Similarly, jam, ice cream or any liquid which cannot be counted are uncountable nouns. Most nouns can be counted. They have both singular and plural forms. Now, nouns which can be counted are countable. Definitely, they take both the numbers, the singular and the plural forms. As the name says, it can be counted. We can see few examples. A book, that refers to one book. Huts, hats and scarves. This is the plural form. A suitcase, singular. Chairs, plural. House, singular. A bicycle, singular. Movies, plural. So you can see in all these 5 examples, countable nouns are used and they can be used either in singular or plural forms. Let us now see something about countable nouns. Nouns that cannot be counted are called uncountable nouns. Now they appear mostly in their singular form, that is rice, wheat, milk, sugar. Do we say a rice? We don't say. Rice, wheat, milk, sugar. These are the uncountable nouns and they do not take a plural form. We do not use uncountable nouns with the articles a and an or with many. For those students who are not aware of what are articles, kindly watch my video on articles too. That video has different types of articles and the differences and their usage too. It will be clear to you, students. Now, point number 3 says, uncountable nouns do not use articles a. We don't say a rice. We don't say a milk. We don't say an item. Now, we do not say a gold, many water, a health, a bravery, many milks. We can use words like the, some, any, no, much or little before them if required, like some water, a little milk, the gold. So we rarely use that, but it can be used with the, some, any, no, much or little. Let us now see this picture. Can you see the words in red, children? Information, bravery, health, water. Now these are few examples of uncountable nouns in their singular forms only. We don't say informations. We don't say braveries. Healths or waters are wrongly used. Information, bravery, health, water. Uncountable nouns only in singular forms. Let us now see abstract and concrete nouns. As you can see, trust, love, knowledge. Can we touch knowledge? Can we touch trust? Can we see love? No. So what do I mean by this? The nouns which cannot be felt by our 5 sense organs. Now what are the 5 sense organs? Eyes, nose, ears, skin and tongue. It can be felt, but it cannot be felt by the 5 sense organs. These are the abstract nouns. Abstract nouns are words that refer to entities that we cannot feel with our 5 senses. But on the contrary, concrete nouns can be detected and felt with our 5 senses. Detected means we can feel that and we can touch them using the 5 sense organs. It can be detected means it can be identified using the 5 sense organs. Now let us see concrete or abstract. Concrete is naming a thing that is tangible. Tangible means which can be seen, touched, heard, smelled or tasted. Abstract is which names an idea, a condition or a feeling. Concrete nouns are either common or proper, and abstract nouns cannot be eaten, seen, heard or smelled. That is, they cannot be felt by the 5 sense organs. Abstract nouns are words that name emotions, mental state or ideas. They do not refer to things that you can touch, see or feel, like bravery, darkness, childhood, friendship. Can we touch that? Can we see that? No. These are our mental ideas. These are mental emotions and feelings. And concrete nouns, on the other hand, are material nouns. Material nouns means what? That can be touched or seen. They usually refer to people, places, things, etc. Like flowers, tree, baby, computer. We can touch that. We can feel that by our sense organs. Let us see a few more examples of abstract nouns. Responsibility, fairness, justice. These are the ideas, these are the feelings, the qualities that cannot be seen or touched. Let us now see the last type of nouns, the collective nouns. As the name says, collective means collection. Now, collection of a group of the same kinds of things. Collective nouns are used to describe a group of the same things. Same things means what? If I say a team of players, team is a collective noun. Players are of the same nature. They are playing. A band of musicians, when I say, I don't mean to say a group of people and a group of musicians. A group of musicians counted together is a band. A collective noun is the name given to a group of things. It can be a group of animals such as lions. What do we use for lions, students? A pride of lions. It can be a group of people such as students, a class of students. It can be a group of things such as flowers, a bunch of flowers or a bouquet of flowers. Now let us see the fourth box, an army of soldiers. Yes. I hope this video will be useful for you, students. Do subscribe to my channel for upcoming latest videos. You can find the links of my previous videos in the description box of all the videos. Take care of yourself. Until then, goodbye and God bless you. Have a good day.